But let's talk about the lengthy opinion that came from the Attorney General's office on DEI. Attorney General Ken Paxton saying DEI is unconstitutional, even going after private companies saying you can't have DEI there. He released this on MLK Day. He went after John Cornyn in this long opinion. Is this anything more than a campaign stunt?
Well, he's just tripling down on mean here. I can't imagine when President Reagan signed King Day into law that he would think that anyone would ever use Martin Luther King Day to issue an extensive opinion against any sort of affirmative action or racial progress in America. The Republicans, after 60 years, have decided that's enough affirmative action. I understand that. But to come out and issue something like this on Martin Luther King Day was just trying to rub people's nose in it.
And actually, let me ask you, Paxton says this is about fairness, and if the government is helping one person, it's hurting another, and he even told private companies you can't do this at all. Can the Texas Attorney General legally tell private companies what they can and cannot do inside their organizations when it comes to culture?
Jason Wiley, we both know the answer to that question is no. The Texas Attorney General cannot. And in fact, the bigger question is who asked for this opinion? The Texas Attorney General is not supposed to just put out opinions whenever he feels the need to put out opinions. There's a limited list of state leaders who are allowed to ask him for an opinion, and we have not heard yet, I know I haven't, who asked for this opinion.
Yeah, and this is a non-binding opinion, Matthew. Do you expect anyone to challenge this, though?
No, I mean, not really. As you said, it's non-binding, so I think the people who want to ignore it will just ignore it. But I think one of the things we know about the Republican primary electorate these days is that they like the idea, or many of them like the idea, of people who don't play by the rules or who are trying to, step out of the way we normally do things. And so when people say this isn't how you normally do things, that's appealing to a lot of the voters in this race.
And he needs some of those voters to vote for him coming up in the primary here when he's running against John Cornyn and Wesley Hunt for U.S. Senate.